Several withdraw candidature on the last day. BNP to uplift the living standard of low-income people. Jamaat Amir hopeful of free and fair polls. Bangladesh not to bow down to ICC's illogical conditions. Those were the headlines. Good evening, I'm Shahzana Hassan with English Bulletin. National Implementation Committee for Administrative Reorganization (NICA) has approved formation of two separate departments named Revenue Policy and Revenue Management, splitting National Board of Revenue. The approval was given at a meeting of NICA chaired by Chief Advisor Dr. Mohammed Yunus at his official residence Jamuna on Tuesday. Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam made the disclosure at a briefing at the Foreign Service Academy on Tuesday afternoon. NICA is also approved changing the Bangla name of Women and Children Affairs Ministry to Nari o Shishu instead of Mohila o Shishu. Several candidates withdrew their candidature in different parts of the country in the last day of withdrawal of candidature on Tuesday. In Dhaka 10, Ahmed Ali Kashimi of Khilafat Majlis and Ahsanullah of Bangladesh Khilafat Majlis withdrew the candidature in favor of another candidate of the alliance. Both of them withdrew the candidature going to returning officer's office in capital Segun Bagicha on Tuesday. Dhaka's Divisional Commissioner and returning officer said so far candidates of all 13 constituencies in Dhaka are maintaining code of conduct. BNP Chairman Tariq Rahman has pledged to uplift the living standard of the low-income people if the party is elected to power. He gave the comment in his separate address to Dua Mahfil for former Prime Minister Begum Khaleda Zia at the Coral Slum and Mohali TNT grounds on Tuesday. He said BNP believes democracy cannot sustain without changing the fate of the people. Tariq Rahman said BNP will provide all basic amenities to low-income people, including education, treatment, sports and family cards. BNP will get absolute majority if polls take place. That is why anti-liberation force is using the religion and opposing the polls. Senior leaders of BNP made the remarks in their address to a discussion at Institute of Engineers in the capital on Tuesday. The event was organized on the occasion of 90th birth anniversary of BNP founder and late President Zia Rahman. In an oblique reference to NCP, the BNP leaders said the party that does not even have 3 votes is now talking to resist the polls. The present government is campaigning in favor of reforms, whereas BNP had started it since 2022. The BNP leaders also directed the activists of the party to remain alert about election engineering. Upcoming national polls will be 100% free and fair for the sake of democracy and people. Jamaat's Amir Dr. Shafiqur Rahman made the remark in his inaugural address to the Policy Summit at Hotel Intercontinental on Tuesday. Ambassadors of different countries, political leaders, business people and senior journalists from print and broadcast media attended the event divided into different sessions. Jamaat Amir said his party is ready to make ties with any party opposing corruption and in favor of independence of judiciary and reforms. The Jamaat Amir called upon the countrymen to support and affiliate with the party for building a developed Bangladesh. Bangladesh will not accept any illogical conditions if ICC creates pressure on the country under the influence of Indian Cricket Board. Advisor for Youth and Sports Asif Nozrul told the reporters at the Secretariat on Tuesday. The advisor for sports said Bangladesh cannot be forced to travel to India to play T20 World Cup under pressure. If ICC bows to pressure and tries to impose illogical condition on us, we will not accept it. While asked about reports by the news outlets AFP or ESPN Cricinfo, which said Scotland would replace Bangladesh in the World Cup if the team refuses to go to India. The advisor said Bangladesh has not officially heard of any such decision. There are precedents in international cricket in changing the venue. We have reasonably asked for a venue change. Now, a short break. We'll be back soon with Iran issues ultimatum to protesters for surrender. Sylhet Titans move to second qualifier of BPL. You're watching ATN News. This is English Bulletin. Tribunal 1 has deferred the verdict of Chankarpul 6 killings case verdict to January 26 as the verdict is yet to be prepared. Earlier, a three-member Tribunal 1 headed by Justice Muhammad Ghulam Murtaza fixed January 20 for the verdict of the Crimes Against Humanity case. Amongst the 8 accused persons, 4 arrested police personnel were taken to the tribunal for the verdict. Meanwhile, deposition against 4 people, including BGB official Redwanul, has started in the case filed over killing of 28 people in Rampura. Besides, arguments took place before the Tribunal 2 in Ashulia 6 killings case. Now, news around the world. Iran's national police have issued a stark ultimatum to protesters involved in what authorities describe as riots, warning they have 3 days to surrender or face severe punishment. National Police Chief Ahmad Reza Radan urged young people deceived into joining the riots to turn themselves in and receive lighter punishment. He told state television those who became unwittingly involved in the riots are considered to be deceived individuals, not enemy soldiers. They will be treated with leniency if they surrender within the deadline. Iran blamed US and Israel for fueling protest in an effort to destabilize the nation. US President Trump vowed to 100% follow through on his threat to impose additional 10% tariffs on 8 European countries who oppose his demand to take control of Greenland. Trump told NBC News he would charge Britain 10% tariff on all goods sent to US from 1 February, increasing to 25% from 1 June until a deal is reached for Washington to purchase Greenland from Denmark. The same would apply to Denmark, Norway, Sweden, France, Germany, Netherlands and Finland, all of whom are members of NATO Defense Alliance. However, Trump replied no comment while asked whether he would use force to seize the territory. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Turkey and Qatar will not be allowed to deploy any of their military in the international body to oversee the post-war management of Gaza. Netanyahu told Knesset they are at phase 2 of US President Trump's peace plan as they can be assured Hamas movement will be disarmed and Gaza will be demilitarized. There will be no Turkish-Qatari soldiers. Rather, they are debating composition of board to govern Gaza with their friends in US. Meanwhile, Trump confirmed he invited Russian President Putin to join Gaza Board of Peace. The board is part of Trump's 20-point plan to bring peace in Gaza. Viewers, will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching English Bulletin. And now, sports news. In a thrilling BPL eliminator match, Sylhet Titans advanced to the second qualifier, beating Rangpur Riders by 3 wickets. Rangpur scored 111 for 9 and Sylhet 112 for 7 at ATN Bangla National Cricket Stadium in Mirpur. Toss-winning Sylhet chose to field first. Captain Miraz's decision paid off as Sylhet's pace attack led by Vokes Khalid ripped through Rangpur's top order. Rangpur were in deep trouble early by losing Hridoy, Malan, Liton and Mayers within first 29 runs. A brief resistance came from Khujdil, struck 3 sixes in his 30 of 19 before departing. Rangpur eventually scored 111 for 9 in 20 overs. Meanwhile, Sillett's innings got off to a shaky start with 6 required of the final ball. The English all-rounder Vokes smashed a big 6 to cruise Sillett home. Before ending the bulletin, the top stories once again. Several withdraw candidature on the last day. BNP to uplift the living standard of low-income people. Jamaat Amir hopeful of free and fair polls. Bangladesh not to bow down to ICC's illogical conditions. Iran issues ultimatum to protesters for surrender. And Sillett Titans move to second qualifier of BPL. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with us.